Gospel Keys Easy presents the ultimate African piano style course. Now, if you're a beginner, and I mean like proper beginner, even if you're still learning how to play the piano, this course has you covered as well. I will be addressing you shortly. This is probably the first African style course of this magnitude in the history of piano lessons and courses, and I feel really privileged to have the opportunity and the pleasure of putting together this very nice material. If you're not an African, then you're also welcome to take this course if you would like to learn and understand the African genre of music or the African style of music. If you're an African musician and you grew up in the West, then I can understand if you're not very good with playing the African style of music very well. And this is where this course comes in. This course will help you to start to learn and master exactly how to do the African style as you ought to do it in church. And did you know that as a musician, there are a lot of vacancies out there from African churches looking for musicians who can play the African style, or looking for musicians who can play in an African music-based church. Alright, so you know how we do it at Gospel Keys Easy with the courses. They are always fully packed and fully loaded. So if you would like to learn how to play all kinds of African styles, this course is for you. This course is very unique because it really covers all the main African styles that you need to know. And that's especially for you musicians who play in Western countries like UK or US. This course has 5 chapters that really go in depth so anyone can understand the whole course with ease. Chapter 1 of this course goes in depth into showing you how to set up sounds on any keyboard. So this course will show you how to set up thick and fat sounds that you can use for African gospel or gospel music in general. Chapter 2 shows you all the African chords that you need to know. Now listen very carefully for what you get out of chapter 3 of this course. Chapter 3 of this course goes in depth into teaching you how to play bass lines, and not only bass lines for African music. It shows you how to play bass lines in general, then it shows you how to play bass lines for African music, and it also has bonus videos that shows you how to play bass lines for gospel music. Also in chapter 3, there are over 17 demonstrations that teach you how to play high life, high praise, Makossa, Congolese, Ghanaian, and more. And in my opinion, this is really huge, and this is such a big deal because just this one course will help you to be able to play the Congolese style, Nigerian music style, Ghanaian, and more. And the interesting thing about this chapter 3 is that all of the demonstrations and all of the different performances show you different bass lines for each song. So you get at least 15 different bass lines covering all of these genres of African style, and that's talking about the Ghanaian, Congolese, Makossa, and all that. This is really massive because now you have all these very nice African bass lines at your fingertips, so you can always use any one of these bass lines as you wish, which also means that whenever you're playing at a gig, you don't need a bassist to actually get that nice African vibe and feel going on. And moving on to chapter 4, this is where you learn how to do very nice syncopations. You know that African music is boring without the nice syncopations, stabs, and hits. So this is where chapter 4 comes in. Chapter 4 really goes in to showing you all that good stuff with different examples for different songs. And then we have chapter 5, which is a proper African praise session. The performance for this African praise session is loaded with all kinds of African styles and all kinds of African music vibes. And this has been put together to help to stimulate your creativity and just give you ideas and inspirations on how you can start to do very nice African music by yourself. And this chapter comes with its own detailed breakdown of the performance as well. Moving on to the part 2 of this course. So the part 2 of this course was designed for beginners. This section of the course comes with 4 chapters and shows you how to play beginner chords for African music style. It shows you how to do beginner-friendly African bass lines and rhythms. It's also packed with 8 songs and a praise session performance that is also designed to help stimulate your creativity and just help you to get inspired and help you to get started when it comes to playing the African style of music. So watch this video to the end while I show you some snippets from this course. For more information and to get this course right now, click on the link in the description box below.
In the morning when I wake up, I will sing my praise to you, my Lord. I will shout, I will dance to you. You have been my help forever and ever. My God is Lord, you are so good. You are worthy of all of my praises. Lord, you are so good. You are exalted.
For the synth sound, I have Hybrid Ana Brass, and this is only available on the Montage keyboard. However, let's hear what it sounds like. Okay, so this is kind of like the same setup I had for the first sound. So we have a bit of a sharp sound. Okay, and for me, I always like to do the modulation like almost halfway up, just to give it that bit of a flavor. So that's the modulation wheel turned all the way up. However, you don't want to do that. You want to have it like halfway up. Okay, so that's the interesting syncopation you can do, and I believe that this is really fun to play, and it's especially nice if your drummer knows this syncopation, so you can do the syncopation together.